Hi everyone, Craig Williamson here. Beautiful day, sitting down by the river. Sun is shining, it's gorgeous. I've been noticing something more and more recently, and I wanted to talk to you about, which is basically how we create our own realities. It's quite funny because we don't necessarily realise, and I wasn't taught when I was a child so much, and I don't think many of us are, that we actually do create our own realities. We do this by what we focus on. To give you an example, I was talking to some of the parents from the school earlier, and they were all into watching Jeremy Kyle and all the gang warfare programs and all that stuff, and then you listen to them talk about their daily lives and what their experiences are. And they're all arguments and fights and battles and stress, and they're all stuck in this world of they could be on the Jeremy Kyle show. And then you talk to other people who are focused on success and well-being, and that's their story. Everything's always working out well for them. They've just got their new, whatever it was they wanted, their new car, their new house, their new business deal. They've just gone on holiday to Bali or the Maldives or somewhere, and everything's working out well for them. And this is exactly what my point is, that we all choose what we focus on, and when we look at that thing or think about that thing, we give it a meaning, and in that moment that is starting to become our reality. And then because of the law of attraction, which is just the manager and just brings us everything we focus on, positive, negative, doesn't decide for us, just brings us what we focus on and pay attention to without resistance. And so if we're constantly focused in a negative way, that shows in the momentum that builds through our day, and it starts in the morning and spirals and gets bigger and bigger. If we're focused on positive, then that's the way our day will go as well. We are so much more powerful than we realise. You can take two different people, live in the same area, could be neighbours, but get two totally different perspectives of that area. One of them will see all the negative, all the litter, all the crime that's potentially going on, or the antisocial behaviour, and the other one will miss it all completely because they're focused on how lovely the area is and how they live in a beautiful home and how they've got a wonderful family and how everything goes well for them. And so they might see the remnants of things that have happened, but they won't be involved in any of the trouble. Life's what you make it. We're not here to be who we're told to be. We're here to create ourselves and create who we want to be. Think about that for a minute. We create what we experience. We are here to be who we choose to be. Sorry, I had an ant crawling on me. Just come to say hello. But in every moment, in everything that happens, we choose what we give it a meaning. So what are you giving meaning to right now? What are you thinking about? What's your focus? Are you feeling good about what you're thinking about? If not, change it. And maybe you can't go from being depressed to ecstatically happy or euphoric in one step, but in lots of little steps you can get there by choosing thoughts to feel a little bit better. And maybe if you're in an unpleasant situation, you can look at why, okay, you're feeling it's an unpleasant situation, but what could be the opportunity in it? In knowing what we don't want, we know what we do want. You're always getting clarity. If nothing else, you're always getting clarity. If you feel like you live in an area that's unsafe or unclean, well, you're sending out desires for it to be cleaner and safer. If you feel like you live in an amazing area and it's wonderful, then that's a fantastic thing, and you can see the best in it, and more of that's going to keep coming to you. We are here to be who we choose to be. There's no difference between any individual except the ones that they choose to believe. There's no difference between somebody like Bruce Lee or Donald Trump or Bill Gates or Mother Teresa or someone who's mixed up in a gang on the street, except their beliefs, except the reality they've created for themselves. We choose who we are, only most of us don't realise we're doing it. Most of us sit there watching shows on TV that may be entertaining but are completely negative in manner, negatively focused. We're told by our parents certain things and we take their meaning, or we put the whole meaning on what they're saying, and they're going from an old thought pattern, old belief system. So I'm just being distracted by how beautiful the day is here and how peaceful it is by the river. It's nice to have the waves washing in. I've got a few people walking around just enjoying the day, and it's great to see so many. There's so much beauty in this world, and it's a shame when people don't notice it because they're busily focused on what they think is wrong in the world. Whatever you focus on will be. If you believe it, you will see it. That's the way this universe works. Whatever you believe and expect will come to pass. It will come to be. It's just whether you allow it or not. So just to clarify that, if you want and desire something that seems wonderfully positive for you, but you believe you're never lucky enough to get it, or you'll never be able to make it happen, or nobody's going to be good enough to give that to you, or whatever it is, then you just say, universe, give me this, but here's the big wall I'm putting in your way. Now you can zigzag your way around it, your path of least resistance. But if you keep telling the same story, you're basically saying, I want it, no I don't. I want it, no I don't. I want it, no I don't. But yeah, if you notice the little areas of your life that it's not really that much of a deal, so you might think, I fancy a cup of tea or coffee, or I think I might go and get a sandwich from that nice little place later on, or I might go and get dinner from there, and you don't have an issue with that, then it will happen, and it's no big thing, because it is no big thing. And that's the same with the other areas of your life. Same with the other areas of your life. Whatever you focus on and you believe and expect, it will come. Unless you're saying it can't. Now, if you find thinking about something that you really would like can be painful, then maybe you're being too specific on it, and that pain is indicating to you you've got a conflicting belief. Or look at a way you can soften that belief system. Other people have come from hard backgrounds. I met someone who was a refugee, came from Afghanistan, was going to be killed, managed to smuggle his family across, was it 13 countries he told me, and came here and set up a life for himself. And he wasn't going to be killed because he was a bad person, he was going to be killed because he didn't fit in with certain belief systems of Al-Qaeda. And so he had to escape and leave the country, and here he set himself up a life. He had to escape for his life and come to a new country with absolutely nothing and rebuild a life. You've got people with all kinds of what the world would use the term of disabilities, missing limbs, etc., that are amazing athletes that achieve everything they want because they believed, they had the end goal in mind, and they just said, that's what I'm getting. End of story. No matter what's going to happen along the way, that's my result. I'm getting those. So we do things for many different reasons, but if you believe in yourself, you'll get it. Whatever it is you want. And it's as easy to manifest, create, and actually realise a button off of an item of clothing as it is to manifest a building, a lifestyle, a holiday to a dream country, whatever it is, a career. Life is beautiful, and the universe is working for you, not against you. There's so many times you probably thought, I'd like that, and then you don't really pay much attention to it, and all of a sudden it turns up. Probably also noticed when you're in a foul mood because you've got yourself in a stressed out situation that everything continuously seems to continue to roll on, getting bigger and bigger to stress you out more. The next day can be a new day, and unless you meditate or take a nap or do something to change your thought processes, it continues. But the new day can happen every day, and every day is a brand new day, and you can be a completely different person today to who you were yesterday. You can seize the opportunity every day, getting up and going to work or going to school or wherever you're going to that may be a familiar location. It can be a totally different experience each day. Just realise how powerful you are. That's my message to you. This world is a beautiful place when you choose to see it. It's a terrifying and horrible place when you choose that reality. It's up to you which one you choose, because you can. You can choose whether you see the smiles on strangers' faces, whether you see the blue in the sky, whether you see the sunshine, whether you find money on the street. You can choose that. But you know what, today I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy the day. And I believe that's entirely possible, because I know there's people that have come from worse situations than me and have made themselves successful in their own way. And success is about you being happy with you and being happy with what you're living. Now, life's going to cause you to ask for more and want more, because you're here and you expand. Your desires, your awarenesses, they expand. You go, oh, that's nice, I'd like that. Okay, well, you can have it. You just got to believe it's going to be yours, and it will be. It'll come. Don't worry about when. It'll come. Because the more you worry about it's not here, the more you're stopping it from coming. So don't worry about when. Go, you know what? Like even Jim Carrey said, just place the order to the universe and it will be delivered. Don't worry about how it comes to pass. Don't worry about how it comes to you. It will come. Believe in yourself. You're special, you're powerful, you're loved. Everyone or everything that's ever had any positive intention towards you is flowing love to you. And so you can have anything you want, and be anything you want, and do anything you want. It doesn't matter who you were yesterday. It doesn't matter who you were 5 minutes ago. Change happens in a heartbeat. Sometimes we say, oh, it took me years to get to this point of changing, of quitting smoking, of learning to drive a car, whatever it is, but the desire happened in a second, happened in a heartbeat. Sometimes it just takes a while to talk ourselves around or educate ourselves enough to get to that point. But the actual achievement happens in a heartbeat. Desire to change, the decision happens in a heartbeat. Sometimes it takes a long time to decide. The actual decision itself takes no time at all. It's yes, I'm going to do it, or no, I'm not. So what do you want? What do you want your reality to look like? If I told you you could have everything and anything your own way, how would you like your universe to turn up? What would you like in it? What kind of people would you like in it? Allow it to be, and don't say, oh, but it's not going to happen. Say to yourself, do you know what, it's possible. If everything is possible and anything is possible, which it is, then I would like this. Allow yourself to feel it. Get right in that moment. I would like this home with these people in it or around it. I would like this lifestyle, and it would feel like this. Feel it. How does it feel to have all these things you want? Live in it. Allow it. It's only going to speed up the process of it happening. Anyway, I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful day. You are powerful. You can be, do and have everything and anything you want. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. God bless. Have a great one.